What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back with another video on the channel, and today we made a cheesy chicken fajita bowl. It's been a while since I've had cheese, like lots of cheese on my cheese. So I had to make a fajita bowl. You saw the process: peppers, onions, sauteed, marinated chicken. Their thighs, not breast, by the way. I didn't say that in the actual, I didn't say anything. I don't know why I even talk sometimes. And of course we got the cilantro, lime, garlic rice. I made it by adding cilantro, lime, garlic into my rice, and cauliflower as well. That's how simple it is. There's also a fried egg, which you can't really see, but I had to make it because there was one left. Like, I had to do something with it. So there's gonna be like runny egg yolk in this. I also have a cheese spoon that we have to use in this one, but let me tell you, the smell-o-vision is real. Oh yeah, I need an L because I didn't get sour cream. Forgot, but it's all good. We move. All you really need is the cheese and the chicken anyway, right? And that. Why is that so good? Why is that so good? How much cheese is on my face right now? None? Oh wow. That's a dub. Also, I can't really move this egg, but you see it? If you don't like yolk, look away, because I do. And it's coming in for the real thing. One time for the one time. This rice is crazy. Wow. I don't know what flavor this is. Black cherry. It's a W. I don't really like black cherry, to be honest. But when it comes to seltzer water and Gatorade, I don't really care what flavor it is, I'll drink it anyway. It don't even matter. Like, it's water with bubbles in it, bro. Like, I don't really care. You know the one thing that will set this off, though? Come here, baby. Make sure we get it nice. Nice. No, get the chicken, get the chicken. Get it nice. Stop showing your food all the time. I dropped the chicken too, didn't I? It's okay. Oh, it's so good, man. The last time I made rice, somebody in the comments said I make too much rice, and yo, I'm sorry. No, like, between you and me, I really like rice. If you couldn't tell, and I love cheese. But the reason I make rice so much is because it's a simple carb. People talk about eating healthy, which is subjective. I don't really like that term. But the majority of meals that I build, notwithstanding bread, they're pretty simple to process. I pick a simple carb, I pick a simple protein, I pick a simple vegetable, and I build off of that. So the majority of this meal is nothing but chicken, rice, peppers, and cauliflower. Once the bulk of my meal is made of that, whatever small amount of macros and calories that I have to play with, I will add other things. I needed a little bit of protein and fat. I actually had 1 egg. I used an egg. And, of course, with the remainder, I used cheese. That's how I make my meals. Now, the majority of people that would be doing something like this usually don't upload every day. Because they don't... I don't know why they don't. But my guess... Because I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes I'm like, oh wow, that's a pretty boring meal. One, I like it. You know, but in my head I'm like, oh, well, nobody's gonna care about watching that. Which is, I mean, relatively true. There's a small core group of people that watch my videos that will prefer these because they just are here for the conversation. Which I love. Doesn't make, you know, like somebody who only watches certain videos any better or worse. I appreciate everyone. But this is the type of meal that I make when I'm trying to keep it simple and make sure I'm getting just like my nutrients and things. After I have McDonald's yesterday, I usually will have stuff like this. You know, people tend to only see the things they want to see when it comes to like anyone who's making content like this. My only other option, because I'm going to still eat stuff like this, would be not to upload anything, which there's a lot of people that, you know, you're here for the conversations, and I want to talk to y'all, so how y'all doing? I felt like egg. Ooh. Well, I don't care. This is banging, bro. Whatever. What kids say now is busting? I don't say that. But this right here, I eat stuff like this all day. This is the type of meal that I would regularly make. The McDonald's, the eating challenges, those are content meals. Those are meals that I make or eat strictly for content purposes. New something drops, I'm gonna go and get it. I have said that this entire time. You know, if something new comes out that day, I'll forego whatever I was gonna do normally. And I'm gonna go and try to review or try it as quick as possible so that at least the people who watch will have some sort of opinion on whether it's worth getting or not. So this is more of like a meal that I just eat because this is what I would eat. I wish life was that simple that I could have, like, you know, Thai food this day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I do know that most people that do YouTube things like this, they don't really upload daily. Some do, but a lot of people don't, for that reason. But I upload at least 6 days a week, sometimes 7, but usually 6. So you gotta deal with the rice, because this is what it is. This is the same answer to the question that people ask, like, you know, why am I not overweight? You know, some people will ask things like, am I still fasting? I mean, or things like that. Yes. In short, yes, I am. Which is why I upload 1 video a day. The videos that you see, for the most part, is what I ate that day. There are exceptions, though. Yesterday I had McDonald's, obviously, so I had to have my disgusting veggie shake that tastes like ass. And sometimes I will also have things, depending on what the calories are, I will eat things like popcorn, like air pop, which I did say, I think, a couple of videos ago. Just to get like some fiber in and stuff like that. People might not realize, but Again, I'm talking about air pop, not the popcorn you get at the movies that drenched in butter and salt and all that other stuff. But just air pop popcorn actually does have benefits to it. I've been using it for years as a macro capper, meaning if I need just carbs and fiber, I'll use popcorn. I love popcorn. Where the hell am I? But that's why there is so much rice. This is nothing but fancy dressed up chicken and rice. You know, you see some bodybuilder or healthy lifestyle person eating chicken and rice. That's what I'm doing. The only difference is, and you may not know this, some of you do, bodybuilders will do similar things when they're leading up to their contest, their show, whatever you want to call it, prep, but they can't have the fancy stuff at the end, especially. They've got to start taking things out. They've got to start depleting their sodium. They've got to start depleting their water. They've got to look a certain manner to look on the stage, and this will never get you that. If I took some of this stuff off, eventually the carbs go away. I'm not going to get into contest prep, but there's a difference between the two. But if you're looking at like an off-season bodybuilder, a lot of times they'll still eat meals that are similar, but they're a little more like jazzed up. They'll add condiments or different things to it. Some of them will still go with like the sugar-free stuff, but towards a contest, like you can't even have that. But when I was on my weight loss journey, I hate saying things like that. The majority of meals I made were like this. Sometimes I made other stuff, but I still count my calories every day. Even when you watch the eating challenge, I usually put the calories right there. I'm still counting that too. My rice, man. Next time you make your rice, I didn't actually record that part. Oh no. I forgot. Fresh garlic. After you like rinse your rice and everything, and you put it in, I use a rice steamer. Fresh garlic, cilantro. I use some like sofrito. You can use like any kind of seasoning that you like. And I also used like a little lime juice. And then I cooked it. Ooh. But I feel like sometimes I gotta touch on the diet stuff because people do ask. I don't think people are being rude when they say it. I just think people's more of a curiosity thing. You know, some people might come to the channel the first time and they're saying, hey, you know, this dude just ate KFC and he ate, what the hell did I eat this weekend? KFC and Taco Bell, wow. And like, that makes sense, you know, you see that and you're like, how the hell is this guy not, you know, bigger than he is? A lot of people don't know I used to be bigger than I am, but that's how, you know, a lot of fasting, which I've always done. And what makes those challenges so, you know, when you see me almost over the top of my first bite of fried chicken, because I haven't eaten in 2 days. So, other than like vitamins, that'll do it to you. But I have upped my cardio. I don't know why I'm doing fitness updates. I've upped my cardio a little bit. For a while I was doing about 20 to 30 minutes. Now I'm doing about 45 minutes daily. That doesn't include my weights. And I've just gotten really into jumping rope again. I used to do it a lot when I was like boxing training. I'm trying to get to the point that I can like jump rope at like for like 45 minutes without stopping. I'm up to like 30, but I always try to prevent myself with training, with working out. People ask me about workouts and stuff. They're pretty boring. There's nothing special about them. But I always try to challenge myself with something new, either cardio-wise or a specific lift. I did it for a long time with pull-ups. There was a point in time where I could barely do like 2 or 3 pull-ups, being real. You know, then I tried to get to the point that I could do 20. Then I started doing like weighted pull-ups and things like that. So I'm doing that now with jump rope. That's how I try to keep it. I just like to challenge myself. Hence, you see me eating 12,000 calories because it's a challenge that I don't recommend you try, but nonetheless, still a challenge. I am a really, really competitive person. I think that's a side of me that you don't really see on here, because the only time you might see it is when I'm like not feeling too well, but I somehow still manage to like drink the whole gallon of milk or something like that. That's me being competitive. And you know, that's why I do the eating challenge, is to be honest. It's a challenge. They're not easy. Sometimes they suck. But, you know, I'm not a competitive eater. Not in any sense. I've never been in an eating competition. I don't know techniques. I don't know any of that stuff. I've seen competitive eaters do things. Like, obviously, like I've watched the Nathan's hot dog thing. I've seen Joey Chestnut. I've seen Matt Stoney. You know, I've seen some of these other guys that do it on YouTube, and they're all like light years above what the hell I'm doing. But for me, it's still a challenge. You know, for me, it's still like I'm only doing it to compete against myself, and I'm like that every day. If I don't, I'll give you an example. Today, I was jumping rope, and I jump rope, I do it at a pretty fast tempo, so I always will set a number that I want to hit, and I usually end up going past it, but if I mess up and I like hit myself, I curse myself out. I get annoyed. And I'm like that. I have always been that way. I'm super competitive of a person, and it's not like in a rivalry sense. I never compete against other people. I'm not trying to do better than this person or the next. I just want to do better for me. I always want more. I don't know why I'm that way. I've always been that way. I've never been a good loser. You know, I wouldn't call myself a sore loser, because I'm not going to say anything to if I lose in a competition, or if I lose in a game or something like that. Like, I'm not going to take it out on like my opponent. I'll congratulate whoever beat me. You beat me, but in my head, I'm just like, I'll be back. You know what I mean? Like, it's not them, it's me. And when I was a kid, if we lost a basketball game, truthfully, we actually never lost a football game in my junior career. I never lost a football game until I got to high school. I'm sorry, I lost one football game. I played Pee Wee football from when I was 6 years old until I was 12. So yeah, six seasons? Yeah, 6 seasons. We lost one game, and it was in the championship when I was 11. I can tell you the score. I can tell you who we played. I can tell you how we lost. It was BS, but we lost. I was on a team in Pee Wee football. Not a joke, because sometimes, like, I still know some of those guys, you know? When I was, I want to say 8, our team, we gave up 2 first downs the entire year. So, I didn't deal well with losing, is what I'm trying to get through. I'm not joking. We won every game. We never gave up a touchdown. We gave up 2 first downs the entire year. Both in the championship game. I swear. But we did get one. Someone scored a touchdown one time because, but they called it back. Like, it was like a false start or holding or something. But I remember the look on the entire team's face that we were like confused. It was like the 7th game of the season, and we were all staring at each other. We didn't know what to do. It was like weird. Like, how the hell we just go with a touchdown? That's how like much we won. So I never really took losing well. So if we lost like a basketball game, baseball, and we got to like the state tournament, you know, Little League, and we'd lose, I wouldn't like be an angry loser, but I wouldn't talk for like a day after the game. I'd come home, you know, my mom and my dad both did the game. You know, my parents went to all my stuff. But my mom would be like, you know, do you want to eat dinner? And I would just be like, no, I'm okay. Like, I wouldn't even eat. Like, I didn't like it. Like, I hated the feeling of losing. So, my mom got me this book. I swear, like a kid's book. That was called, like, How to Handle Losing. I hope my mom doesn't see this. I never read that damn book. Never read it. I don't want to read it. I want to know how to lose. I'm not interested in losing. I'm just not. That is not the same thing as saying that you cannot lose. Like, everybody takes L's. Whether that's in sport, whether that's in life, whether that's with, you know, women, men, whoever you're dating, everybody takes L's. But I think the real test of a person is, what are you going to do about that L? Are you come back from that L? Are you going to get it out the mud? I'm being real. Like, are you going to get it? Because that really shows what you're made of. You know, I've never met a person who's never lost in anything ever. I know Jordan never lost the finals, though, but he lost games, and he lost a lot before he actually won his first ring. He couldn't get past the Pistons before, you know. If you didn't watch the documentary The Last Dance, it talks about it. Kobe Bryant has lost finals. LeBron James has lost finals. Tom Brady has lost Super Bowls. I'm naming all teams because Tom Brady lost to my Giants and Kobe lost to my Celtics. But the difference is, I'm not comparing myself to them. I'm just saying, like, uber competitive people, which I may not be as talented as them, but I'm competitive. And when I lose at things, now my attitude is I have 2 days, sometimes one, depending on the sport. But you've got to let it, you know, hit you in the chest. And then comes the thing I say all the time: we move. Where are you going to go from there? And that's not just sports. That's what breakups. I've been through breakups in my life. When I was younger, I didn't handle it as well. When I got older, I kind of realized, like, everybody takes L's. Like, it happens. It's like, I think everybody's been hurt by somebody in one way, shape, or form. You might have been cheated on. You might have been just ghosted, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to hurt. There's no way around that. There's no way around stuff hurting in life. But the real test is now, where are you going from there? So for me, even with breakups, I'll be honest, like my last breakup, for real, I was like, you can't, like, I don't let my emotions control me. I am not emotionless. There's no human, unless you actually are that select group that I don't really want to, that doesn't have emotion. You're going to have emotion. Things are going to hurt. Things are going to, that's just the way it is. But I don't let that emotion make me, it doesn't affect the decisions that I make. So, for example, if you're dating somebody and it's in a toxic relationship and you know it's toxic, emotionally you might still be attached. You might still be with that person, but you have got to make a business decision. Like, this is not good for me. You got to let it hurt. I'd rather hurt being away from it than be hurt and be in it. You understand? So I've been in bad relationships where I was miserable in the relationship, but then I'm like, why are you staying, bro? Like, it's gonna, like, you feel like shit anyway, so leave. So that kind of changed my mindset, where I'm just like, all right, you let it hurt, you let it hit you in the chest, and then we move. What you gonna do about it? Go find a hobby, go do something. I do it when I lose in sports. I do it when there's whatever kind of personal matter, anything. You let it hurt, give yourself whatever amount. All right, just whatever. After that, get the hell up and do something. Because there's nothing more valuable in this life than anybody watching this. Every person. The only valuable thing in this life is time. You don't get back. You only have a short amount of it when you're in this world. You don't know what day is going to be your last day. But you know time's not going to stop. You can't reset it. You can't turn it back. It's more valuable than money. You know, people think money is the most valuable thing in this world, but to me, it's time. And there's the only thing in this world that you can't buy. You can buy someone's time, but you can't stop the time. Until somebody invents a time machine, which I hope never happens, but... You're really going to waste your time on something that doesn't better you in the long run? Bad relationship, dealing with a loss, and I mean a loss like losing in a sport. Or whatever. You know, like, even if you did, like, lose a loved one, I've been there. And I'm not telling you that you can't feel a certain type of way, but whoever you lost, they wouldn't want you to just sit there and mourn them. They would want you to go to do, better yourself. You know? So, to me, it's all about just not wasting time. So don't waste your time doing stuff that is not going to make your life better. There's no point. Like, if you really want to do something and you're not hurting anybody, then go for it. Because you don't know what day is going to be your last. So you have to... That's my, like, mindset. It's been my mindset for years. Like, you never know. So... don't waste time. You can ask anybody in here. And I say in here, well, anybody watching this. So realistic. I don't care if you're 20 years old. I bet you feel like you were 10 years old last year. And if you're 30, I feel like I can't believe how fast time has gone. Like, I've graduated college. I graduated high school. Like, I've been working for years. Like, it was just yesterday that I was like, you know, going to college, bro. Like, that's how quick it just goes, man. Don't you think about it? You've been watching, I don't know how long you've been watching videos, but you've been watching it from when I first started. Like, it's been 6 months. That's a half a year. And I just spilled. I'm not gonna waste time worrying about that, though. But that's how quick it goes. Like, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be 2023. You can blink and it's gonna be 2030. You're gonna, like... So don't waste your time. Don't waste your time with toxic people. Don't waste your time with yes men. Don't waste your time with fake friends. Don't waste your time with people who are gonna use you. Don't waste your time. Because you can't get back those years. You can't. You know? Like, people be in bad relationships for like 10 years, bro. Like, I'm not saying that you wasted 10 years, but you probably wasted 7. You knew it was shit in year 3 and you still stayed for 7 years. Some of y'all might still be in one. Leave. Don't say, oh, yeah, King Trash, bro. Leave. All right, you ain't happy. If you ain't happy, get the hell out. Find a way. Like, you're going to blink and you're going to be 50 years old wondering why the hell you didn't do this, or why you didn't ask this girl out on a date, or why you didn't shoot your shot over here, or why you didn't, you know, start a YouTube channel, like something, you know. Now, you don't want to look back with regret, because that's the worst thing you can ever have, because you can't turn back those times. That's why you gotta be careful on how you move too. Watch what you say to people, you know. Watch if you're the one hurting people. Like, you can't take back words you say. You can apologize and try to make your mistake right, but when you say stupid stuff to somebody, like, words cut deeper than anything. I've been stabbed. I can tell you, like, the things I remember worst in my life are things that people said to me. Like, this stuff, like that, nah, that's physical. That don't mean nothing. Like, but the mental, like, that's how I am the way I am today. That's why I'm a certain way. I can tell you, I remember in the 9th grade, and this one kid told me, oh, well, you know, you'll never play college football. He said I was I can curse now. He called me, I'm literal, this is quote unquote. He was like, you're a fat piece of shit. He said that to me. Yeah, I came home after national championship my junior year in college, and he was at this bar I was at. And he was congratulating me and telling me that he was watching the game. I just shook his hand and smiled and said, "Thanks, bro." That's a true story. But you better believe that when I was a sophomore and a junior and I was trying to get recruited, like shit like that used to play in my head while I was running sprints while everybody was partying. I didn't party in high school. I worked out. It's a fact. Also a fact is that my junior year, my coach laughed in my face when I said I wanted to play Division I football. I'm still the only player he ever coached that played Division I football. Am I spiteful? Nah. I came back from my Hall of Fame speech when I got my little trophy. Said, "Thanks, coach. Told me everything, bro." Because I'm not gonna dwell on that shit. Like, it's not anything. But I remember it. He helped me, honestly, because I worked harder after that. And it felt good to come back. And on National Signing Day, when I was signing my letter of intent, and he was behind me, like, fuck out of here, bro. I was playing. Kind of. Anyway, I don't know. I started rambling. It's been your boy King Scratch. You know how it is. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow? I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, I got the eating stuff, so the challenges over the weekend. Doesn't matter. Soon. I love y'all. Hand signs. Made it to YouTube.